All right. Greetings to the global house of the incredible wealth coin millionaires around the world. And welcome once again to another edition of the Google Meeting Update this evening. Today happens to be the first day in the month of October, year 2023. I want to give glory to God Almighty for such a privilege and opportunity for us to be counted among the living. It is not an easy moment. It has not been easy from the beginning of the year up till this moment. And so we want to quickly appreciate the Almighty for sustaining and also for keeping us alive, making it possible for us to see this very day in the month of October. And so today being the first, I have decided, even though we just had a meeting, I think earlier Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. And so I want to update the House regarding the current status and also the progress that has been made thus far in this first day in the month of October. And so we are making progress and also we are moving simultaneously as a team. But today, my center of focus will be decentralizing the momentum more from other regions rather than only coming from one single region. And so currently the momentum is coming more from Liberia, and also a few of this same momentum is coming from other regions. And I want to appreciate our IWC community from Kaduna State for sponsoring up to, I think, over 60 persons last week. And so, if we could have such sponsorships coming in, it will boost a lot of momentum and also give us the required number that we need. And so we all knows that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. And so many people are sitting down waiting for the exchange to come open magically. And so it will not happen like magic. And also IWC, it's not a Ponzi platform. And so the way and manner at which you are expecting the exchange to come open at your own wish might not be the same way it is going at this moment, because we have a requirement. Every exchange has a policy. And so one of the policy of the incredible exchange, in order to boost and give IWC more value in the global market, is that we require only 55,000 users on the exchange in the whole of Africa. We are not looking for 55,000 members from Nigeria alone. Neither are we looking for only 55,000 from Liberia or from Sierra Leone or from Ghana or from Ivory Coast or from Gabon or Burkina Faso or from Guinea and other areas. No, these 5,000 comprises of all the regions and also all the locations and areas where IWC is present. And so it is such a small number compared to the population that we have in Africa during the ICO. And so, but a lot of people are still yet to know what is happening and also what is going on. The few regions or areas where our users are already gearing up the momentum in the migration process, the coordinators are sleeping. In other words, the coordinators are not doing their best to ensure that we push the entire migration process to getting the 55,000 users. But all the same, I want to appreciate most of our coordinators, and I also want to appreciate our Kaduna State IWC subscribers, especially one of our daddy who is very consistent, and I respectfully admire his focus in person of His Royal Highness Joshua Makamatakar, who is always consistent, who is always present in our regular meetings, and also who has been an epitome of this migration progressing from that region, because I have witnessed several sponsorships coming from those regions through his instrumentality. And so we are going to appreciate people who are focused at the end of the day, even when the exchange opens, for such commitment and also focus to ensuring that we maintain the same momentum and also moving forward. And I also want to use this medium to appreciate our IWC leadership from Liberia, especially to the ambassador who has not been present for some time, and of which I believe very soon he will begin to join the meetings. There has been some lapses in the aspect of uh, technicality, and also uh, due to the fact that sometimes he went out of phone, his phone was stolen, and so that is why he has not been consistent on our meetings. But he has been very instrumental. We, as a matter of fact, has been working round the clock without resting over here in Liberia. And so when we began the campaign back in July, I could remember it was very tough. It was not an easy task for the numbers that are coming out of Liberia coming in at this moment. And so I want to sincerely appreciate the ambassador and also all our Bon County team from Liberia, especially our district coordinators out of all the respective districts, for their hard work and enthusiasm to ensuring that we move the incredible wealth coin migrations to a successful height. And so today I would like to quickly update us on the progress that we have made thus far, so that every region should double their effort by ensuring that we keep moving. And so currently we have a total of 30,263 completed migrations on the exchange as at this moment. And so we still have migrations that came in beginning from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from Liberia that are still yet to go into the exchange. And I also believe the sponsorship that came in from Nigeria, which is about the 60 persons that came in last week, are still yet to go into the exchange. And we also have some pending migrations coming from various districts that are still not yet been migrated. And so at the end of the day, if we continue to raise up to 1,000 or even beyond 1,000 migrations on a weekly basis, you will discover that we will in no time attain the 55,000 users. And so currently we have 30,263 completed migrations, uh, which is far beyond the previous on our previous meeting that was last week. Tuesday we had 29,700 plus migrations that were in the exchange, and so we are gradually moving. And so that means we have less than 25,000 migrations to be completed on the exchange for us to begin trading. And so it is a small number if we all can unite, if we all can come together in unity of purpose from all regions, we can achieve that 25,000 at this moment in less than 30 days. And so the problem here is that the entire momentum is coming from one region. As at when I was in Nigeria, we used to record a total of close to 1,500 migrations, sometimes in 14 days, sometimes in 18 days. But right now, you can barely have up to 400 migrations coming in from Nigeria, the entire Nigeria. And so the momentum has drastically dropped. I'm encouraging, using this moment to encourage our dear humanitarians. Our humanitarians used to be very focused, and also some of them have been taking the lead, especially from Yola, Adamawa State. I haven't been seeing Mr. Bolkito coming on board during our meetings. And so Honorable Kate is heavily represented by Mr. Raymond Ezekiel, who is always consistent. And also, in I was supposed to be in Adamawa State back in July before the incident happened, and also in the northeast part of Nigeria, we were planning to launch a campaign back in July. And so that campaign might be launched very soon, any moment. And so I am using this medium. Thank God we have our South Northeast coordinator in the house in person of Mr. God's Power. And so we have some of our monarchies from Yola, the his Royal Highness, the King of Bachama Kingdom, that of Guyuk, and also that of Mbula Kingdom, and so many other dignitaries and humanitarians who have not yet started migrating their 9,000 users. And so we have over six humanitarians that have not yet started their migrations from Nigeria. And so we need to boost the momentum. If all those humanitarians and many other individuals are going would wake up to their responsibilities, by now the exchange is trading. And so 29th of November will make it 1 year when this exchange went live. Since 29th of year 2022, the exchange has been fully running, up and running from when it was launched live up till this moment. And so, for us to be able to raise up to 30,263 completed migrations on the exchange, that shows that if all of us can all unite and work together, we will achieve the 55,000 before the 29th day of November, which is the day that IWC Exchange went live back in the year 2022. And so I'm encouraging us. We are left with 24,000, barely 25,000, less than 25,000. And so we are left with 24,700, and this is 30. We already have 30,263. So if you minus that from 55,000, we have 24,000 700 and 40 47 migrations remaining for the exchange to come open, which is a very small number. And so we have already done the lion's share when it comes to the migrations. And I cannot go without achieving, without appreciating most of our sponsors, especially people who have been very much instrumental in sponsoring the migrations. Madam Favor, who happens to be one of the top sponsors, She just came into the meeting. And also we also have sponsorships that came in from the south region, via our south regional coordinator, Reverend Inaturo Ufyoma, who also came in. Migrations came in from those regions, and also sponsorships as well. And we also had sponsorship came in from the region of Yola, Adamawa State, Kaduna State, and the FCT. And so we still have so many other regions where we haven't done anything yet. And so I'm using this medium to call on all our IWC leadership, coordinators, and also all those in charge of any responsibility, even if you are an administrator, you are shouldered with a responsibility of ensuring that we keep moving. As long as we keep moving, we will get there. But if we keep still, if we stand still without moving, that means we will remain stagnant. And so I want to appreciate us for all of us. It is our collective effort that brought in the 30,263 completed migrations on the exchange. It wouldn't have been less effort from any other person, but from all of us as a collective family. And so I want to appreciate us for making it possible, and also for ensuring that we all achieve 30,263 completed migrations on the exchange. And so it is indeed a wonderful moment, and a moment indeed that we all have fought very hard to get to this point at this moment. And so I want to thank each and every one of us. I am not seeing any comment on the comment section. Like I promised us, our meetings are not going to be very lengthy, due to the fact that currently I have so much work on my decks. The migrations that we are migrating from Liberia, and also the inpouring of more migrations that are coming in from these regions. And so there is no comment yet, but I am seeing a hand. Yes, Mr. Enaturu, let me take you very quickly before I proceed to others. You are the first who is able to raise his hands up. Yes, you can unmute your mic and come in very quickly, sir, before we wrap up this evening. Reverend Enaturu, if you can hear me, you can unmute your mic. I can see you are raising up your hands. Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you very much, sir. I greet the entire house. Good evening to everyone, depending on the time you and where you are.
We can't hear you. I think you need to adjust your audio. You need to adjust your audio. We can't hear you. All right. I think Reverend Enaturu is out, maybe due to network fluctuation. And so, if you have any comment or question or contribution, you can indicate by raising up your hand so that we can give you an opportunity to speak. Uh, Especially at this point where we have come this far, I want us to. Okay, yes, you are back. Can you unmute your mic, sir?
Yes, sir. Okay, can you hear me now, sir? Can you hear me, sir?
All
I've done
right, let
that.
me find out if you can hear me. Is my audio audible? Can anyone hear me in the forum? You can unmute your mic and
Yes,
respond.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you
yeah,
very
we
well.
can.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Sir, can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
Hello,
We
yes, I can hear you, sir.
All
can
right.
hear you, sir.
It looks like some of us, our microphones are having some challenges. My microphone is on, but I cannot hear people from the platform. Kindly drop us
Hello,
a
sir. Can you
comment
hear me?
on the comment section because I discovered that perhaps you are talking, but I'm not hearing or getting what you are saying. If you can hear me, drop us your comment on the comment section because your audio is not audible at all. So, Reverend Inaturu, you can kindly drop a comment on the comment section so I can read it out. I'm not hearing you. I don't know if I am the only person. And so, if you want to address or send any question, you can easily type on the comment section if you can hear me. Some of us are having some connectivity challenge from our respective regions. And so those of you who have been trying to communicate with me, especially one of our some of our subscribers from Kaduna State who are requesting for another challenge, whether or not we will implement another 60 days challenge. And so I am not too sure about that, but now that we have achieved about 30,263 my completed migrations on the exchange, we will see if the leadership will deem it fit to organize another incentives that will boost and also enhance the fast tracking of the entire process and also help most of us from respective regions who are willing to sponsor to be able to sponsor migrations. But most importantly, we want to focus on also getting new subscribers to come in through the sponsorship because we discover that our regular IWC subscribers, some people are not interested in the migration process. What they are more interested in is to have their coins withdrawn from the exchange. They are only interested in when the exchange will come open, but they are not interested in what will make the exchange come open and also start trading with immediate effect. And so that has been one of the top reasons why everything is going this way. And also, we are not making progress on every side, but rather on few regions. Thank you so much for dropping your comment. Uh, if we want the migration to complete in one day, we can do it of three because of 30,000 people bring one each, that is 60,000 already. So we can do it in a week if all hands be on deck. Thanks. That is exactly what I am saying. Thank you so much for that contribution. And so many people just think that this is an easy task to just achieve. You can find out from the humanitarians or from the administrators rather what it takes to migrate just 100 subscribers on the exchange. It is not an easy task as many of us will think. And so just like what the reverend said, if all of us can bring in just one individual, the 30,000 users that are already on the exchange, if we all can just wake up and say, okay, I want to sponsor one single migrations, we have over 60,000 migrations on the exchange. But our challenge here is that many people are waiting to hear that the exchange is opening tomorrow. Nobody is interested to contribute their own quota to also motivate and ensure that we have this exchange open by meeting up to the requirement. And so we will continue to push and also continue to create more awareness until we get to the 55,000 users. And so I want to appreciate all of us, all those who have been so instrumental to this achievement thus far. Mr. Sumosi Moluba from Liberia, who is the acting Director for Administration at the moment, and also the Ambassador Reverend George L. C. A. Sr., and all the coordinators across Liberia from different counties have been tremendously doing beyond our imagination. You can imagine we have been sleeping from one district to the other, from one region to another. And so, please, sir, we need the 60 days challenge back. Yes, the leadership will discuss on the 60 days challenge. The problem here was that many people abused the opportunity of the initial 60 days challenge. And so that was why. And so apart from that, we have investors that came in from Ivory Coast and bought a lot of coins. The reserve that was supposed to be meant for the 60 days challenge, there were individuals who came in institutionally and invested into the Incredible World Coin through the sponsorship program. And so we will look at that particular challenge and ensure that it is launched again, but I think that will come up between now, probably before the 15th of this month. And so the leadership, I will present that before the global leadership, and also see if uh, some coins will be allocated for that purpose to ensure that we boost the momentum in the migration process. And so I want to appreciate most of us who also have been backing up the entire process, and also some of our leaders who have been away for a very longer period of time without discharging our responsibilities. We all need to wake up. The exchange will not only open because IWC Executive Director for Africa is moving from one country to the other. When I was in Nigeria, the momentum was more from Nigeria more than any other region. And so now the momentum has returned back to Liberia. What happened to the coordination from Nigeria? Nothing more is happening except for the fact that migrations are coming in from only Kaduna State, maybe once in a month or once in 2 months. And so we need to bring back the momentum from Nigeria. If Nigeria is going accordingly, Nigeria and Liberia are capable of bringing up this exchange to trade as soon as possible. And so we are going to launch another campaign in Nigeria, just like the same way it is happening in Liberia in the month of October. And so, those of us who have been sleeping, I want us to wake up to our responsibilities. We want this exchange to come up trading before we get to 1 year anniversary of this exchange going live, which is in November. And so, our target in November is that we want to have this exchange trading, and that can only happen if we all can unite together and continue to push the migration process. And so I want to appreciate us all for coming back. I can see Mr. Zaki is joining us today. He has been away for months. And also, I have seen some of our coordinators like Mr. God's Power. Also, he has not been in some of our meetings. You are all welcome back to the forum. And so we might not take some comments or contributions. I don't know if this is coming from my microphone. I can't hear some people when they are contributing. And I want to appreciate Mr. David D. Makama from Kaduna State. I think the last 60 migrations were coming from that region, and also His Royal Highness. They have been doing tremendously well from Kaduna State to bring in more sponsorships and also more migrations from those regions. And so we will launch another campaign very soon. I think this time around it will cover a lot of areas. The next campaign will cover a lot, and so I believe that will also be the last campaign before we begin to trade on the exchange. And so, like I said, between now before the 15th of October, we will introduce that campaign if possible. And so we want all those who are looking at coming in with their sponsorships, coming in with their migrations, to ensure that in this month of October, even if we are not able to get up to 50 or 55,000 users, we want to target 45 to 50,000 users on the exchange. That is our target in this month of October. And so we can only achieve that when we come together, when we unite, and when we all work together as a team. And so I want to thank us all for taking out time to be part of this meeting tonight. We already have gone 31 minutes and some seconds into the meeting. I want to know if there is any other comment or contribution from anyone in the house. You can indicate by raising up your hands. Otherwise, I will give us more time to contribute in our next meeting. The reason why I'm cutting this meeting short is because I have a lot of migrations on my desk. And so we need to continue the migrations. We have brought in migrations from different districts, and we need to get back to work. And so we might not be wasting much time whenever we come on board to give any updates, but rather we want to dive in more faster to ensuring that we have all migrations coming in, going into the exchange. And so this is the much we can take for tonight. I want to appreciate us all for taking out time to be part of this meeting this evening. Those of us who came in late, an opportunity will still be given for you to watch the recorded version of this meeting. I will share it immediately after the meeting has ended so that you can watch from the beginning. Thank you so much. Until we meet again in the next meeting. Good night, everyone. Thank you very much and have a good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.